Hey everybody, welcome back to Stitching Big Things with Hallie. I'm Hallie. Thanks so much for joining me again today. Today is Friday, January 7th, 2022. I hope all of you who are joining me today had a wonderful New Year's, whether you were out celebrating and ringing in the new year or whether you were in your pajamas like I was when the new year struck. I'm glad. I hope you all had a safe and happy time. So we did have a question from a viewer, and I did want to just take a moment to address it. It was about how I keep track when I'm not using Pattern Keeper, how I keep track of my non-full coverage stitches. So I use an app on my phone. It's super, super simple. Tally is the app. It's that little plus right there. And when you click on that, this is what the home screen looks like. You can set up goals for yourself to keep track of a total number of stitches. I have not added in my stitches for Cookie Fairy this week, which I do need to do. And that will, it just gives me another way to keep track of that running total. But day to day, what I use is I just set up a counter. The thing I love about this is when you click on it, you can just go in and type in however many stitches you've done. So I stitch an area, kind of get done with that, whether I'm finishing up a strand of floss or a particular color or a motif or whatever, kind of count that up, and I just go in and add it in. And then at the end of the day, that will keep my tally for the day. I've got a couple of them here. You can add as many as you want. I've got a couple of these here in case I work on a couple different projects. I can just kind of keep track. And this is totally free. So it's super easy. The reason I chose this one is because you could adjust the settings to add in a custom amount, I think is what it's called. And so you didn't have to go like stitch, 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 and tap for each stitch that you added. You could just go in and add the totals. So then I have been really good at learning and teaching myself. At the end of the day, I go in and I add in, this is just my planner. I showed it earlier, or late last year. And I just go in and for each day, I add the total, I add which project it was, and then I kind of keep another running total over here on the side. So it kind of real quick lets me see where I'm at with each project and where, you know, if I don't have enough stitches for Cookie Fairy, I need to get, you know, stitching a little more in that month. So that's how I do it. If you guys still have any further questions about how I keep track of stitches, how I keep counts, any of that, by all means, just let me know. Happy to share the way I do it, which just works for me. So I also would like to extend a welcome to a new viewer. Her name is Angela, and she has been so kind as to go back and start from the very beginning of all my videos. This one is number 60, so she's had a lot to do, and literally she's commented in almost every video. So Angela, girl, thank you so much. You have no idea. I have seen each comment as they're coming through, and I love it. So thank you so much. If you would, please, just reach out to me. If you would send me a quick email, stitchingbigthingswithhallie@gmail.com, I would really appreciate it. So I'll be looking forward to that. And I will send you a comment on this last video. Couple of other people I would love to shout out real quick. I know this has been a busy, busy time on Flosstube with all the whip parades, but I have a couple that I would love to share with you. The first one is one that you can only find down in the description box. This is for Kim Hollenbeck. If you guys have been with me for any amount of time, or you are a full coverage fanatic and in that Facebook group, you guys know who Kim is. She did videos for many years and she stopped about June. So her and I are friends and we keep in contact. And she sent me right after the new year the link. She did a 2021 wrap-up whip parade. I was so excited. I was watching something on Netflix and I was like, whoop, turn that off, and I went right over to the link. corresponded with her after watching the video, which is amazing. You guys, she stitches some beautiful projects, and she is very goal-oriented, which sings to my soul. And so I communicated back with her, and she asked me to share the link with my viewers for any of you who maybe have gone, were viewers of hers and would like to see her whip parade. That link will be down below. It is not a public video. Only way you can find it is through the link. So don't hesitate to jump in there as well. She is also on Instagram and does weekly updates. So by all means, you could check her out there as well. The other whip parade that I have thoroughly enjoyed is Stitching at the Cabin with Julie and Alyssa. Stitching at the Cabin is the name of the channel. Julie and Alyssa are mom and daughter, and they are friends of mine as well. And I love the projects they do. They both stitch very differently, but yet they have some overlap. They have a lot of overlap with me, which is crazy. And just beautiful projects, a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. It's always entertaining. So I will link them down below, their whip parade as well. So if you have not checked out either one of those and you have a little bit of time, by all means, jump over and check out their channels. So, okay, so what did we stitch on this week? You guys know Cookie Fairy was my project last year, kind of a focus project. It will be a focus project this year because it is the farthest Haid I have. This is Cookie Fairy by Randall Spangler, charted obviously by Heaven and Earth Designs. Whoops. You have seen this a lot. You will continue to see it. But the exciting thing that happened at the end of the year was I needed to move the Q-snap. You guys, this is the end of the project right here. So there is some underneath here. So it is rolled up just a little bit, but right here is the end of the project. So I am working on stitching up and down over here, filling in. Most of it is, as you can tell, background with these little bricks. We are going to get 2 more of the candles here, and then the candlestick will be down below. So those will start to show up as well. So this should go pretty darn fast. I'm stitching this on 25 count easy grid fabric. I am doing 1/1 full cross, and I am currently at 49.54%, having added in 1,784 stitches. So super excited. This will continue to be a focus of mine. I am using this for 2 challenge projects or challenges currently. I am doing 22,000 stitches in 2022 in the Full Coverage Fanatics group. I am also doing the Whips and Wonders, and I'm using Aurora Borealis, I believe, for this one. Basically what they've done is they have chosen some wonders of the world, and for each one of those you pick a project and you do 5,000 stitches to complete that wonder. So I am well on my way to getting that 5,000 completed, and this will continue. So you're going to continue to see this on and off really till I get a lot of those done. Last year I was able to get 32,000 stitches into this project, and so I've got a ways to go on it for this year, but looking forward to it. And if I get some good progress this year, we might have a finish next year, which would be super exciting. Would be my first Haid finish. Would love that. So this was a Haid week. I'm not sure why, but that's okay. It was full coverage. So the next project I pulled out was Red Maple Fairy, which I also a lot of the times refer to as Autumn Fairy because that's what she looks like to me. This is artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, also charted by Haid. And I'm stitching this on a little bigger count. This is 18 count easy grid fabric, so you can see a little bit bigger. I'm doing this 2/1 full cross. So I have completed the first part of her If you go back and look at it in my older videos or even on Instagram, you will see the first part of hers done. So I'm working on the second part, then I will drop down below. And I will get to the edge. I think the edge of the page is right here. So I've got a lot of background to fill in, lots of stitches that will be added, and then finishing through the top of her hair. So this and this are fun parts of a leaf. So here's the brown, and then this is part of the leaf, and then this is going to be all on the next page. So super excited to see that develop and start to come in. So on this one, I added in about 806, so not a huge amount, just a couple of good days of stitching. And it's about 29%. So this one has a ways to go, but I do find that I enjoy it. Then, you guys know I was going to do a new year, new start. Well, I didn't get my stuff in gear until probably Tuesday. And that's okay. It's still my new year, new start. So this is what I chose. I had a handful of choices, and decided to go with Ornament the Enchanted Christmas Snowman. This is artwork by Donna Gelsinger, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is what they call an ornament, but it's 200 stitches by 200 stitches. I mean, it's a good size. It's gonna be a good size project. It's not a huge height, but it's gonna be good size. The way I am stitching this is going to be just a little different. I am stitching this on 20 count easy grid fabric. I'm stitching it 2/1, mainly because I am starting with the black and I'm going to do Extreme Cross Country by color, which is not going to be that bad because it's only 200 stitches by 200 stitches. But I think there's almost 7,000 stitches in black. So this is going to take me a little while to get around all the way around in the black. I started right here at this light pole, came up, and then this is the hat. So that is this curly Q thing that you see here is going to be the hat. So, and then I'm moving on up into the top part of the hat. So if you watch Dizzy Stitcher Darren, he also is stitching this project, and he's also stitching it in the same manner. He's the one that I got the idea from, and it just really spoke to me. And with it not being that big of a project, I thought this would be a fun one. I've not done any like that. It would be a fun one to try, the Extreme Cross Country, because I am basically a cross country stitcher. I just get it, whatever's in my Q-snap, and I do cross country within that Q-snap. And then when I'm done, I move the Q-snap. So it feels very familiar to me, but this is just going to be a little bigger project. So that one is only at 2.19%, so quite a ways to go. But that is my newest start for the year. That is all I had in whips. So let's get over to the giveaway. Last week, I was offering up, I had completed Franken Stitches at the end of the year. This is a needle bling design pattern that was created for Garon Stitchery and sold in like a small Halloween pack. So it came with all the fabric, came with the backing fabric, all the floss, the chart, the whole 9 yards. I have since stitched this, and I have a little bit of floss left over. So it will not include any of the fabric or any of the backing material, but this particular pattern is not sold anywhere until this spring. So I wanted to make sure I gave that away. I asked anybody who is interested to reply to the last video with the word year, and had a couple handfuls of viewers who were interested in that. And the winner for this is Diane. Diane, I will reply to your comment and make sure you see that. If you will just send me an email to stitchingbigthingswithhallie@gmail.com, and get me your address, I will get that in the mail to you very, very quickly. So thank you so much for everybody who entered. I greatly appreciate it. And we're going to be having quite a bit more. I've been doing a little sorting and a little organizing in my room, and we're going to be doing a lot more giveaways this year. So I'm excited about that. So, okay, well, that pretty much wraps it up. Pretty quick and pretty sweet. Hopefully you had a great week. Hopefully you're staying safe, and we'll be back next week. And don't forget, keep stitching those big things.